Congratulations. The advancing Livin' the Beach life. Shuffled back to fourth, I'm a Dude, following second over fifth, but gapping cover, Saskabush Steve, 1:23 and 2 to 3/4, and it's Livin' the Beach life, turning on the afterburners, trying to catch the pace-setting Fox Hunt coming down the stretch. Fox Hunt trying to ration out his speed late in the mile and hold off the late-charging Livin' the Beach life. It's between these two to the wire. Marie Clodoger asking, and Livin' the Beach life, living large at the wire, getting the win over Fox Hunt, holding on for show Howie's Man, 1:52 and 2. New Jersey with Kentuckiana Farms of Kentucky. Vic Putty gets the training win. Marie-Claude Auger, the winning driver with Livin' the Beach life, doing just that in race 2, 1:52 and 2. Work to do, and at the back of the field on the inside, no sport pun intended. 1:25 and 3 to 3/4, and here comes Arson Sealster looking to circle thrilling times at the top of the stretch. Time to Dancing, looking for room up the inside, but it's still thrilling times up front. Thrilling times battling to victory. It's going to be thrilling times over DA Let's Boogie. Time to Dancing may have got up for show, 1:53 and 4. By Gilles Plourde and Karen Kroger as well. Stéphane Brosseau gets the driving win. That's the third win of the season so far for thrilling times, 1:53 and 4. A seasonal mark. Thrilling times in line to the 2024 Quebec Eastern Ontario Regional Driving Champion, Stéphane Brosseau. Trying to chase him, it's Betts Beach, who is drawing alongside. Betts Beach matching strides with Day Delight. Betts Beach is going to have to fight harder because Day Delight wants it more and gets it by a half length. Finishing second, that was Betts Beach. Perpetual Rock up for show, 1:51 and 4. Owned by Triple S Equine of Newton, Ontario, bred by Winback Farm of Chesapeake City, Maryland, trained by Vic Putty. Driven to victory by Marie-Claude Auger. Win number 5 of the season, 1:51 and 4. Another impressive mile. Day Delight. Marie-Claude Auger's second driving win of the night as well. She was driving the 4 Livin' the Beach life for Vic Putty, the winner of race 2. On the stretch, booms ahead. Here comes Light the Torch on the outside. Bayfield Beach on the inside. Still wider. Dr. Joe is gaining ground, as is Captain of Rock and Roll. Light the Torch steps up for the drummer, getting the win over Dr. Joe and Giggity, 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 1:52 and 4. Old Brown Gelding by Always Be Mickey out of Surfer Chick. Owned and trained by Marc-André Simoneau of Trois-Rivières, Quebec, who shares ownership with Jean Fontaine, also of Trois-Rivières. Bred by Alan Troyer of LaGrange, Indiana. Driven to victory by Pascal Berube. In a new lifetime best, 1:52 and 4. Light the Torch. Congratulations. High five to the drummer. The winning drive on Light the Torch, official winner of race 5. And Guy Gagnon trying to see this through, but he's confronted by KJ Owen. Make It Come True is fighting on the inside. KJ Owen circling past and soaring late up the inside path. Lady for Dollar is charging, but not going to catch stablemate. KJ Owen, an open length winner for Robert Shepard in his Rideau debut. Well worth the wait second. Make It Come True third. Lady for Dollar got up for fourth, 1:54 and 1. Owned and trained by John McMillan of Odessa, Ontario. KJ Owen was bred by Scott Woogan of Virginia and Brenda Messenger of New York, as well as Phil Shapiro of New Jersey, the breeders of this winner. Robert Shepard gets the driving win on KJ Owen. That's win number 5 of the season, 1:54 and 1, a new seasonal best in his Rideau debut. Congratulations. also caught inside of Shadow Dave, shuffled to the back of the field, always your way, and trailing at this point, but kicking 3 wide late, Hella's Rocket, as they turn for home in the rain and wind. Let's see what happens. Another daily copy seems to have been put away. Perfect Dalliance and Guy Gagnon maintaining a couple of lengths advantage and going to cruise to victory ahead of Sports Jacket, Surratt Hanover, and Shadow Dave for fourth. 1:53 and 4. Perfect Dalliance getting her first win in over 2 years. She's a 9-year-old brown mare by Dally out of Perfect Wife, owned and trained by Jennifer McBride of Almont, Ontario. Also her breeder actually is Kathy McBride, who's the breeder of Perfect Dalliance, same family. Guy Gagnon gets the driving win on Perfect Dalliance, 1:57 and 1. Congratulations. He is under late pressure from Milo Minute, who is charging alongside, but he's good enough for second. And up for show, Monsieur Panic. The race goes to Muktuk Annie once again. Robert Shepard piloting her to a 1:58 and 2 victory. Now coming back to the Rideau Carleton winner's circle once again. It's unofficial race 8 winner, number 3, Muktuk Annie, a 3-year-old bay filly by Art Speak out of High Society, Hanover. Owned by Dean Larkin of Edwards, Ontario. Bred by Dan O'Neill of Markdale, Ontario. Trained by Mandy Archer. And another driving win for Robert Shepard. Muktuk Annie, 1:58 and 2. That's her second seasonal victory in start number 6 of the year. Congratulations. Last, the Colt might factor in late, still trailing Bad Apple, and we're watching them now circle towards the stretch with Sunny Bow facing late pressure. Sunny Bow continuing to lead, stalked by Rock and My Dream, charging wide late. It's Probert's Legacy, but it's too late to catch Sunny Bow. Sunny Bow gets a victory over, it looks like, Probert's Legacy with Silverado up for show. 1:56 and 1. Now coming back to the Rideau Carleton winner's circle, unofficial race 9 winner, number 2, Sunny Bow, a 9-year-old bay gelding by Sunshine Beach out of OC My Bow, owned by a numbered Quebec Corporation of Gloucester, Ontario, bred by Debbie Filsinger of Cargill, Ontario, with Terry Fritz of Walkerton, Ontario. Trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot, win number 5 of the season, 1:56 and 1. Sunny Bow. Gambler on his outside, on the inside, Shotgun Jerry. Mythic Gambler coming to the light speed. The light speed needs the wire. He's got so much class. He wins by a neck over Mythic Gambler. Then it's back to Shotgun Jerry in the show spot. 1:53 and 1. Applause. Let's have some applause for the light speed and Guy Gagnon. What a win in race 10. Back in the winner's circle, the preferred handicap winner, overcoming Post 8 and the good track for his 8th win of the season. The light speed, 7-year-old bay gelding by Moonbeam out of Jema, owned by Michel Nolette of Princeville, Quebec. Also his breeder, trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. What a champion, fighting like that for the win in race 10. Congratulations to the light speed and Guy Gagnon. Race 10 was the preferred handicap pace feature, and even from Post 8, the light speed came through once again for trainer-driver Guy Gagnon in a 1:53 and 1 victory over Mythic Gambler in an epic stretch duel over a good racing surface. Join us again on Wednesday, July 23rd at 6 p.m. for more high-class racing from the nation's capital. ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rideau Carleton Raceway this evening for 8 live races from the nation's capital on the trot and pace on race night number 32 of the 2025 meet. We're about 19 minutes away from post time for race 1. The track condition is fast and weather clear. A temperature of 26 degrees Celsius, 78 Fahrenheit. Winds are from the northeast at 10 kilometers an hour, 6 miles per hour. Humidity is 37%. There were just a few changes to add to your program, none of them affecting races 1 or 2. In race 3, add a Murphy blind left on number 3, Horizon Sealster. No changes in race 4. There are a couple of equipment changes on the 1, Donatover, in race 5. Donatover is removing hind shoes and also removing Murphy blind left. That's on the 1 in race 5. The 5 in race 5, the Magic of Life, is adding a Murphy blind left. There are no changes in the remainder of the card, races 6, 7, or 8. We're about 18 minutes away from race 1. Glenn Pearson and I agree on the triactor. What a surprise. Doesn't happen a whole lot, but we found a lot to like about the 4 Royal Mass, 2-1 in the program morning line. Royal Mass, the 4-year-old muscle mass gelding, has 4 wins from 5 starts so far this season and is making a Rideau debut. For trainer Vincent Riom, and Pascal Berube is back in the bike for Royal Mass, currently 7-5 on the tote board. The second choice for Glenn and myself is the 5 driverless for trainer driver Darcy Clancy. This is a 5-year-old muscle mass gelding, and he's coming in with some stakes experience, having raced in Ontario Sire Stakes grassroots. He was scratched lame and then came back with a good qualifier here on July 13th. So lots of people looking to him right now. Driverless from post 5. He's the even money favorite at the moment. In the show spot, Glenn and I both going to the 3, Angelic Sealster, the 3-year-old Green Manalishi filly, was second in her previous start here back on July 9th before a scratch on July 16th. That was due to weather. Carl Duguay trains and drives the 3, Angelic Sealster, currently 13-1. To complete the superfecta, Glenn is going to the outside post 7 for Orly's Angel, the 4-year-old Archangel mare. Recently a maiden breaking win, July 9th. At this track for the returning driver, William Waugh, and trainer, Jean Beauregard. Orly's Angel jumped it off on July 16th, unfortunately, and wasn't able to reset and catch the field. She has got some class relief here, though. 45-1 on the tote board if you like the chances of Orly's Angel, Glenn's 4th choice selection. And it's the same. I've got another 45-1 shot completing my superfecta here. Number 6, Tie Game, a 3-year-old muscle mass gelding. John McMillan trains and drives Tie Game, coming in and qualifying, finishing 3rd on July 13th and looking very good in that July 16th start from the 2nd tier, finishing 5th, but at a higher classification. So Tie Game back in the front tier in search of a maiden win. Race 1 has exactor, triactor, superfecta, and early daily double wagering. Lots of things coming up at Rideau Carleton in the near future. I was speaking with Taylor from the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Canada about the upcoming Race for Wishes. That's going to be taking place again here at Rideau Carleton on Sunday, August 3rd, raising funds for the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Canada, which fundraises and then makes wishes come true for children with critical illnesses. So lots of things for the whole family and no admission fee, as always. So we hope you can join us and make a contribution, however large or small, to the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Canada on the Race for Wishes Day 2025. They have a goal of $30,000 raised this year. They raised $20,000 last year. So let's see if we can help them out. Sunday, August 3rd, here at Rideau Carleton. Lots going on in the newly opened this month Hard Rock Ottawa Casino and Hotel, right next door on the property here, sharing space with the historic Rideau Carleton Raceway. Lots of new restaurants in there as well, worth checking out. The snack bar is open on race nights, as Mr. Lucky's upstairs in the grandstand is closed for renovations. We're about 11 minutes away from post time for race 1, holding steady as the favorite, now at odds of 3-2, number 5 Driverless for Darcy Clancy. Some other things coming up in the near future here, looking to Saturday, July 26th. Tammy Forgey's free-to-play on-track handicapping contest every Saturday evening in the Trackside Simulcast Lounge has a jackpot that has now reached $200. You must be on track to play and or collect your winnings. Always worth a visit to the Simulcast Lounge, especially this Saturday, July 26th. The Meadowlands racetrack is having eliminations for the Hambletonian and Hambletonian Oaks. So lots of good trotting at the Meadowlands, and you can play it right here at Rideau Carleton, Saturday, July 26th. The 4 and the 5 are now co-favorites for race 1. Number 4, Royal Mass, is the winningest of this field and undefeated in 2 previous drives by Pascal Berube. Royal Mass suffered his first and only defeat this year, and it was on a class hike July 11th at Hippodrome 3R. He pocketed up early behind Prince of Sussex and got covered up and shuffled back before the quarter. He did trot his fastest mile to date, 2 minutes and 3/5 over the half-mile track. This is a Rideau debut for the 4 Royal Mass, currently at odds of 8-5. Sharing the 8-5 current price in the win pool wagering is the 5 Driverless, who broke his maiden in his first ever start on a 5/8 mile track. That was on June 4th, 2023 at Georgian Downs for his previous connections. Driverless is making his first start since being scratch lame at Mohawk back in July of 2023. He led throughout an 8-horse July 13th Rideau qualifier. He was unable to hold off the ultimate winner of that qualifier, Magic Liam, and get some post relief here. That's the 5 Driverless for Darcy Clancy. The third choice for Glenn and myself is the 3 Angelic Sealster, 20-1 right now. She was a weather scratch last Wednesday. She got away last in her first pari-mutuel start. That was July 9th. Angelic Sealster trailed to 3/4, then closed up the inside path after circling a breaker at the top of the stretch. She closed for place in the field's fastest last quarter of 29-1 behind winner Orly's Angel. Orly's Angel has post 7 here and has dropped to 2-1 odds. She did look good scoring down. I went with the 6, though, to complete the superfecta here. Tie Game moving to the frontier. Tie Game had a first over move from second last on the first turn Wednesday, advancing into 5th on the second turn and getting parked 4th on the backstretch before tiring late. Tie Game went off at odds of 76-1 and gets some class relief here. Currently 35-1. That price perhaps reflecting the fact that Marie-Claude Auger is not driving. It's trainer John McMillan in the bike. But the 6 Tie Game did make a promising debut, finishing 5th in that start July 16th in tougher company. We're about 6 minutes away from post time for the first of 8 live races tonight at Rideau Carleton. If you're just joining us in person at the track, at the OTB, or online, we thank you for tuning in to Rideau Carleton. There's exactor, triactor, superfecta, and early daily double wagering offered on race 1, and no changes in races 1 or 2. Race 2 is actually our feature tonight, the preferred handicap trot, a competitive field of 5. just 3 minutes away from post time for race 1 this evening at Rideau Carleton. Coming up soon, the 2025 Hard Rocking Summer Claiming Series for $10,000 claiming level aged pacing horses, mares, and geldings. The nominations are due for this series on Thursday, July 24th. So if you're interested in entering your horse, contact the race office very soon. You've got today and tomorrow to do so. This is an exciting series. The first leg on Sunday, July 27th, has a purse of $6,000. The claiming price, $10,000. Then the second leg, Sunday, August 3rd, Race for Wishes Night. The purse is up to $8,000 with a claiming price of $11,000. The third leg is Sunday, August 10th, with a purse of $10,000, the claiming price up to $12,000. And then there's no claiming in the consolation and the final, which both take place on Sunday, August 17th, with a purse of $20,000 for the final, $8,000 for the consolation. That's the 2025 Hard Rocking Summer Claiming Series. Horses must compete in all legs to be eligible for the final or consolation. And again, nominations are due Thursday, July 24th. I should add that nominations close at the time and date posted on the weekly condition sheet. The race 1 trotters are coming from the paddock to the track now for the post parade. The race 1 trotters are non-winners of $6,000 or a race lifetime. Allowances for fillies and mares. The purse is $5,800. Leading the post parade, number 1, Next of Kin. The only 2-year-old in the field, owned by Jeremy Marcotte with trainer-driver Marco Lanoy of Quebec. Now parading number 3, Angelic Sealster, owned by Investissement KFB, Sorel Tracy, with trainer-driver Carl Duguay of Trois-Rivières, Quebec, sharing ownership. Here's the 4, the current even money favorite Royal Mass, owned by Marc Cameron with Claude Thibault and Vincent Riom, all of Quebec. Vincent Riom is the trainer. Pascal Berube drives. 5 is Driverless, owned by Wayne Marshall of Elginburg, Ontario, trained and driven by Darcy Clancy. Six is Tie Game, owned, trained, and driven by John McMillan of Odessa, Ontario. 7 is Orly's Angel, owned by Orlando Stables, Incorporated of La Salle, Quebec, trained by Jean Beauregard, and William Waugh drives. And here comes the 2, I Hope You're Happy, owned by trainer-driver Jacques Baudouin of Manotick, Ontario, who shares ownership with Jean-Roch Marois of Saint-Joachim-de-Chefford, Quebec. That's your field of 7 trotters for upcoming Race 1, Exactor, Triactor, Superfecta, and early daily double wagering. No changes in races 1 or 2. We're zooming in on the current co-favorite, number 4, Royal Mass, back in line to Pascal Berube. This 4-year-old gelding by Muscle Mass has a very good record this season. 4 wins in 5 starts, all of them at half-mile, Hippodrome 3R. And the recent loss was on a class hike and for a different driver. Royal Mass is undefeated in 2 previous starts, June 27th and July 4th for Pascal Berube, back in the bike behind Royal Mass. Also getting some attention here, dropping to 6-5, number 3, Angelic Sealster, the 3-year-old filly by Green Manalishi. Very lightly raced, but a good debut on July 9th, finishing second to Orly's Angel for Carl Duguay. She was a weather scratch on July 16th. This is her 2nd start. The 3, Angelic Sealster, the current favorite. That's the 7, Orly's Angel, passing in front of the grandstand. Post 7 is tough to overcome. And And this 4-year-old mare unfortunately made a break on July 16th. She had a maiden breaking victory July 9th from post 3 for returning driver William Waugh. That was a win over Angelic Seelster, who was second. Orly's Angel looks quite good out there. She's Glenn Pearson's 4th choice horse in his superfecta. The trotters will be lining up shortly for the start of race 1. The starter has called the field for race 1. Windows remain open for wagering as the trotters line up. 1 is Next of Kin, Marco Lanoy. 2, I Hope You're Happy, Jacques Baudouin. 3, Angelic Seelster for Carl Duguay. 4, Royal Mass, Pascal Berube. 5, Driverless, Darcy Clancy. 6, Tie Game, John McMillan. On the outside is 7, Orly's Angel for William Waugh. They're all on the gate on the turn except for the 2, I Hope You're Happy. A couple of lengths back as the starting gate turns on to the backstretch. They're quickly approaching the start. And they're off and trotting with Royal Mass inheriting the early lead, dropping back early. Angelic Seelster and also I Hope You're Happy up front and leading by a length. It's Royal Mass first over in second. Driverless is coming on in third and now on the run. Next of Kin has jumped it off third. Gapping somewhat in fourth, that's Tie Game advancing, approaching the opening quarter, and following from fourth, Orly's Angel, 29-1, a moderate early fraction, and the leader thus far, Royal Mass, keeping a couple of lengths ahead of next closest, Driverless, who's found the pocket. Then in third, it's Tie Game. Fourth is Orly's Angel. It's about 4 lengths back to fifth. I Hope You're Happy, followed closely by Angelic Seelster. After the miscue, Next of Kin now trails by multiple lengths. Up front, still leading by about a length and a quarter. Royal Mass has crossed by the half in 1 minute flat, keeping ahead of next closest, Driverless, following single file third, Tie Game, and showing interest in a first over move out of fourth. Orly's Angel has stepped out now. Chasing that cover from the back of the field, it's Angelic Seelster, second over and gaining ground into fifth. Following from sixth, I Hope You're Happy, and far back, Next of Kin. 129 3 3/4, still leading the way. It's Royal Mass, but here comes a challenge from Orly's Angel up into second on the outside as they turn for home. Following from the pocket in third, Driverless. They're still chasing after Royal Mass, who fights hard up alongside Orly's Angel, but it's Royal Mass keeping the undefeated streak alive for driver Pascal Berube. Orly's Angel was up for place. Driverless was third. Tie Game fourth, 159-2. Sometimes a horse just seems to want the win, and Royal Mass certainly did there, digging deep and holding off a persistent Orly's Angel. 159 and 2, Royal Mass, a winning Rideau Carleton debut. The unofficial top 4 finishers are now displayed for race 1, going off as 3-5 favorite. Number 4, Royal Mass gets the win over 7. Orly's Angel, second at odds of 30-1. Finishing third was the 5, Driverless, and at 50-1. Closing for fourth, number 6, Tie Game. It could be a nice superfecta here. 4, 7, 5, 6, the unofficial top 4 in race 1. Please hold all tickets. Now making his first appearance in the Rideau Carleton Winners Circle, unofficial race 1 winner, number 4, Royal Mass, a 4-year-old bay gelding by Muscle Mass out of Melanie G, owned by Marc Camarant, Claude Thibault, and trainer Vincent Riom, all of Quebec, bred by Terry Vandenplas of Ontario. Driven to that first Rideau win by the drummer Pascal Berube, and that's a new lifetime mark of 159 and 2 for Royal Mass. Perfect on the front end for Pascal Berube. Race 1 results are now official. Prices are now posted for race 1. Winner number 4, Royal Mass, returns $3.20 to win. The $2 4-7 exactor pays $26.90. The $1 triactor 4-7-5 combination pays $31.45. The $1 superfecta 4-7-5-6 ticket returns $181.45. The race 1 rundown is now displayed. 1, Next of Kin, was 7th after the early break. 2, I Hope You're Happy, was 6th. 3, Angelic Sealster, 5th. 4, Royal Mass, a 3-5 winning favorite for Pascal Berube and a new lifetime mark. 5, Driverless, was 3rd. 6, Tie Game, 4th. And 7, Orly's Angela, fast closing 2nd. From the top down, your program should read 765-1342. The fractions were 29 and 1, 1 minute flat, 129 and 3, 159 and 2, a new mark for Royal Mass.
Whether you're looking for a night out, trying to catch the hottest show, or if you're just feeling lucky, Hard Rock Ottawa is the place to be.
Race 2 is coming up next. It's our Wednesday night feature, the Preferred Handicap Trot, a field of 5. And it's a competitive one. It's actually very hard to decide among the outside 3 horses. But the current favorite, even money favorite, is number 3, Tyrone Bowtie, for Mike Armstrong and driver Ryan Guy, a 5-time winner so far this year. The 5-year-old looks like a Chippendale gelding, has been strong at this level, winning from his last post 3 start on July 9th. That was a going away victory over Rose Run Why Not, who has since moved on to Woodbine Mohawk Park for her most recent start. Tyrone Bowtie, a good second to Raising Rusty in the July 16th Preferred Handicap, and they happen to be co-favorites right now, both at odds of 6-5. The 3, Tyrone Bowtie, and the 4, Raising Rusty, for trainer-driver Stéphane Pouliot. He pulled the 11-1 upset in the most recent Preferred Handicap. A good crowd at the picnic tables, enjoying the live racing and the snack bar tonight. Tell a friend, or invite a relative or colleague who hasn't been to the races in a while. It's a great atmosphere, and Wednesdays a little less crowded than the Sundays, if you'd like to get a table for trackside viewing and dining. Race 2 has exactor, triactor, superfecta, and early pick 4 wagering. There were no changes in race 2. I'm going with 2 horses here. The 5, Emmetown Bud, a beaten 1-9 favorite at this level, July 9th, making his return for trainer-driver Pierre Beauvais. Also the 3, Tyrone Bowtie. He ran out of racetrack in the July 16th edition of this race. Going 3 deep in race 3, using 5, Margot's Got the Cargo, who's back after a rare miscue last week. Also using the 1, Tamara Hanover, a winner by a head that race over May Lose Control. And then the 3, Horizon Sealster, who also overcame interference in her most recent start and gets some equipment changes here as well. Actually, just 1 equipment change. She's adding a Murphy blind left. That's a 3, Horizon Sealster, in race 3, where I went 3 deep in the second leg of the pick 4. Also going with 3 horses in race 4. The 1, Sea Laird, moving in from post 8. Never hurts his chances. Ryan Guy in the bike for the Sylvain Cote trainee. Also using the 5, May Lose Control, who closed impressively to miss by a head last Wednesday. Guy Gagnon is driving the Mandy Archer trainee, and using the 6, Smiling Billy the Kid, getting some class relief here for Benoit Hébert and Pascal Berube. To complete this ticket, going 3 deep in the last leg, race 5, a couple of equipment changes there as well. I like the 3, Royale du Haras. That one coming in from Hippodrome 3R, but getting a tough post at a tougher classification July 16th. Loic Guriel back in the bike on that Rhone trotter. Also the 1, Donatover looks good here with Guy Gagnon driving in race 5. Donatover, the 1 in race 5, removes the hind shoes and also removes Murphy Blind left. The other horse I'm using is the 7, Southwind Russian. If he can stay flat, he has a chance to win. Tough post, tough horse. It's all up to whether he trots or not. Take note in race 5, the last leg of this early pick for number 5, The Magic of Life, is adding a Murphy Blind left. As we wait for the preferred trotters to come on track for the post parade, just a look at some of the contenders. The 5, Emmatown Bud, was a beaten 1-9 favorite in the July 9th Rideau Preferred Handicap. He matched strides with the fast leaving the Can-Am Banker and then settled in the pocket before a 26-3 opening quarter. Emmatown Bud was gapping second to the half, tightened up by 3/4, and then get caught inside of the first over Tyrone Bowtie after 3/4. So Emmatown Bud, I think, is going to be better tonight. From post 5, he's 9-5 co-favorite right now. The 3, Tyrone Bowtie, is the other 9-5 at the moment on the tote board. Tyrone Bowtie was first over in the July 9th edition at 3/4. Ryan Guy sent him first over from 4th at the half that race. Tyrone Bowtie overtook the Can-Am Banker on the final turn and opened up late to win. He gets some post relief after last Wednesday's hard-charging place finish. He came home in the field's fastest last quarter, 28-2, but couldn't catch Raising Rusty. Raising Rusty has post 4 tonight. Raising Rusty was first off the gate Wednesday at this level for Stéphane Pouliot. He allowed Rose Run Why Not to clear and pulled the pocket in the stretch for a narrow win over the fastest closing trotter of the card. That fastest closing trotter, Tyrone Bowtie. The trotters are coming towards the track now for the post parade for race 2. Again, there's exactor, triactor, superfecta, and pick 4 wagering. Race 2 is the preferred handicap trot. The purse, $10,000. Leading the post parade, number 1 is Wish You'd Tell Me. Owned and trained by Gerard Vaillancourt of Kemptville, Ontario, William Waugh is in the bike. 2 is Kanogami Coco, owned by Marie-Claude Reed, Mario Menard, both of Montreal. Christine Beaulieu is the trainer. Robert Shepard drives. 3 is the 7-5 current favorite, Tyrone Bowtie, owned by Rachel Burns with Wade and Philippe Toussaint, all of Cardinal, Ontario. Mike Armstrong trains, Ryan Guy drives. Four is Raising Rusty, owned by a numbered Quebec corporation of Gloucester, Ontario, trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. And completing the field, from post 5, Emmatown Bud is owned by Nicole Beauvais-Gertner of Apple Hill, Ontario, trained and driven by Pierre Beauvais. That's your field of 5 preferred handicap trotters. Race 2 has no changes. We're getting a closer look at the 3, Tyrone Bowtie, a 5-time winner from 18 starts this season. He's fit in very well at this level. His last 2 wins were actually in the Rideau Carleton Preferred Handicap from the same post he has tonight, post 3, on July 9th and June 25th. He managed to stalk early and open up late in both of those miles, in line to Ryan Guy. Back in the bike again here, Tyrone Bowtie, 3-2 on the tote board. He took a lifetime mark here this season, actually, of 1:54 and 2. We're looking at the track handicapper selections right now. Glenn Pearson going with the 4, Raising Rusty, who pulled the upset from an inside post in the July 16th preferred handicap. What an upset it was, 11-1, holding off Tyrone Bowtie, who closed very strongly for place. Glenn is going to the 5, Emmatown Bud in the place spot, and then the 3, Tyrone Bowtie, and rounding out his superfecta ticket, number 2, Kanagami Coco. I see it a little differently. I've got the 5, Emmatown Bud on top, a 6-time winner from 14 starts this season. And this trotter actually had a streak underway at this level that came to an end on July 2nd. And he's looking to get it started again after finishing 4th as beaten 1-9 favorite July 9th. I also like the 3, Tyrone Bowtie. Again, he loves that post. He's had success from that same post position for the same connections recently. I'm using the 4, Raising Rusty, 3rd in my ticket, and then going to the 2, Kanagami Coco, to complete the superfecta. A little more about the 2, Kanagami Coco, who features in the tickets of both Glenn and myself. Kanagami Coco actually faced interference when the Can-Am banker went off stride on the final turn of their most recent matchup. Tyrone Bowtie was also interfered with that race. Kanagami Coco had a 3rd over move from second last, approaching the half, directly behind the breaker on the final turn, unfortunately. Kanagami Coco closed in the second fastest last quarter of that race, 29 seconds flat, and has 2 2025 wins for previous connections this year at Mohawk and Flamborough. That's the 2, Kanagami Coco, 5-1 right now. The starter has called the field for race 2. This is your final opportunity to play the early pick 4. The top class trotters are gradually lining up for the start of race 2. Windows remain open. 1 is We Should Tell Me for William Waugh. 2, Kanagami Coco, Robert Shepard. 3, Tyrone Bowtie, Ryan Guy. 4, Raising Rusty, Stefan Pouliot. And on the outside, 5, Emmatown Bud for Pierre Beauvais. The trotters are gradually getting in place, coming off the turn and heading on to the Rideau Carleton backstretch. The last to join the party, Raising Rusty, timing the gate here for Stefan Pouliot. They're off and trotting, and Wish Should Tell Me leaves from the inside post, but everybody's leaving except Kanagami Coco. Going to take back, surging on now, first over into second. That's Raising Rusty outside of leader Wish Should Tell Me. They're battling into the first turn, gapping slightly by a couple of lengths behind them in third. That is Kanagami Coco moving up into position. Following from fourth, Tyrone Bowtie, and at the back of the field, Emmatown Bud. Past the opening quarter in 27 and 2. Up front now, it's Raising Rusty and Stefan Pouliot facing a first over bid from Kanagami Coco, circling that leader, and now clearing to the front, approaching the second turn. So Raising Rusty sits the pocket ahead of Wish Should Tell Me. Then it's back to Tyrone Bowtie, still trailing this compact group in the second turn, Emmatown Bud. They approach and pass the halfway station. 57 and 3, 30 and 1, the second quarter, and that fraction cut by Kanagami Coco, leading by a length and a half over Raising Rusty. To his outside now, pressing the pace in first over third. That's Tyrone Bowtie gaining ground, gapping slightly in fourth inside Wish Should Tell Me. And second over, getting underway from last now, Emmatown Bud. They reach three quarters in 126 flat, and Kanagami Coco is being confronted and passed by Tyrone Bowtie, who is first over at the top of the stretch and looking to make front for Ryan Guy. Coming down the lane, Tyrone Bowtie up front and stalked by Kanagami Coco. Charging late, Emmatown Bud is 3 wide, but it's too late to catch Tyrone Bowtie. Second was Emmatown Bud, then Kanagami Coco third, ahead of Wish Should Tell Me fourth, 155 and 4. Tyrone Bowtie does it again from his favorite post position, seemingly. Powering up late for driver Ryan Guy and getting ahead of the pace setter Kanagami Coco. Emmatown Bud charging a little too late to catch Tyrone Bowtie, a 155 and 4 winner in race 2. The unofficial top 4 are now displayed on screen. At odds of 3 to 5, number 3, Tyrone Bowtie, a winning 3 to 5 favorite for Ryan Guy. Over 5, Emmatown Bud, second. 2, Kanagami Coco, held on for show. Ahead of the 1, Wish Should Tell Me, fourth. 3, 5, 2, 1, the unofficial top 4 order of finish for race 2. Please hold all tickets. Now back in the Rideau Carleton winner's circle once again. It's unofficial race 2 winner, number 3, Tyrone Bowtie, a 5-year-old bay gelding by Looks Like a Chippendale out of Risk Seeker. Owned by Rachel Burns, Wade and Philippe Toussaint, all of Cardinal, Ontario, bred by Cynthia Graham and William Wolfrey of Ontario, trained by Mike Armstrong. Ryan Guy in the sulky for win number 6 of the season for Tyrone Bowtie. 155 and 4. Congratulations. Race 2 is now official. Prices are posted for race 2, where winner number 3 Tyrone Bowtie returns $3.50 to win. The $2.35 exactor pays $5.80. The $2 daily double early edition 4-3 pays $7.40. The $1 try 352 combination pays $5.85, and it's $13 even for the $1 superfecta 3521. The race 2 rundown is now displayed. 1, Wish You'd Tell Me, was 4th. 2, Kanogami Coco 3rd. 3 to 5 favorite number 3, Tyrone Bowtie, gets the win for Ryan Guy. 4, Raising Rusty ended up 5th. And 5, Emmatown Bud closed for place. From the top down, your program should read 4-3-1-5-2. The fractions 27 and 2, 57 and 3, 126 flat, 155 and 4. The latest win for Tyrone Bowtie. Green Hawk Equestrian Sport is a supporter of the Race for Wishes, which is coming up on Sunday, August 3rd, here at Rideau Carleton. We thank Green Hawk for the support, and we hope that you can join us for the 2nd annual Race for Wishes, raising funds to help children with critical illnesses across Canada and right here in the Ottawa area fulfill those wishes. Race 3 is coming up next with exactor, triactor, superfecta, and pick 3 wagering. There is an equipment change here on number 3, Horizon Sealster, adding a Murphy blind left. Glenn and I have both forgiven. Margot's got the cargo, and so has the betting public. She's 1-9 from post 5 in spite of a very rare miscue. On July 16th, she finished with broken equipment. It's not altogether clear why she got a little out of control on the final turn. She did recover and charge home to finish third. She was placed fourth for causing interference. So lots of respect for the 5. Margot's got the cargo. 1-9 already in upcoming race 3. Glenn likes the 3, Horizon Sealster, in the place spot. She finished with a flat tire thanks to Margot's got the cargo making contact with the sulky on July 16th at this track. The Ted McDonald trainee has William Waugh back in the bike. Horizon Sealster racing very well this season, 7 wins from 24 starts. And she has got that equipment adjustment here, adding a Murphy blind on the left. She's 5-1 from post 3, Horizon Sealster. I'm using her third in my ticket. I think the one, Tamara Hanover, raced very well and was a winner at a nice price on July 16th. She held off, may lose control by a head. I still think that win was better than it may have looked. It wasn't entirely brought about by Margot's got the cargo braking or the interference. So I'm giving some respect to Tamara Hanover from the rail. She's 16-1 right now. Glenn is using her fourth in the ticket. Behind, Margot's got the cargo, Horizon Sealster, and then his third choice, number 6, Sauble Amber, coming in from Hippodrome 3R. After a going-away win with trainer Michel Legasse in the bike, Pascal Berube is driving the 6 Sauble Amber, currently 6-1 from the outside post. I have Sauble Amber fourth in my ticket. There's exactor, triactor, superfecta, and pick 3 wagering available on race 3. And they are coming from the paddock now for the post parade. Here come the Pacers for race 3. They're fillies and mares who are non-winners of $50,000 lifetime, also eligible non-winners of $6,500 in their last 5 starts, and also eligible $20,000 claimers, as well as not listed preferred pacers who draw outside. The purse is $8,000. Number 1 is Tamara Hanover, owned by Jamie Copley and Kimberly Eaton of Ontario with the Max Webster stable of Nova Scotia, trained by Mandy Archer, driven by Marie-Claude Auger. 2 is DA Temptation, owned by PL Yvon Mondu Incorporated of Morin Heights, Quebec, trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. 3 is Horizon Sealster, owned by Julia Ferguson, Lloyd Stone, Coral Bailey, and Sean Vino, all of Ontario, trained by Ted McDonald. William Waugh is in the sulky, and Horizon Sealster adds a Murphy blind left. 4 is Always Be Merry, owned and trained by Andrew Moore of Osgood, Ontario, who shares ownership with Tommy Godfrey of Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Ryan Guy drives. Holding steady as 1-9 favorite, number 5, Margot's Got the Cargo. Owned and trained by Andrew Moore, Osgood, Ontario. Robert Shepard drives. And completing this field from post 6, Sauble Amber. Owned by trainer Michel Legasse of Terrebonne, Quebec. Pascal Berube drives. That's your field of 6 pacing mares for upcoming race 3 with Exactor, Triactor, Superfecta, and Pick 3 wagering. We're zooming in on that 1-5 current favorite, number 5, Margot's Got the Cargo, who came third over from second last, approaching the second turn last Wednesday. She made a sudden break at 3/4, causing interference to Horizon Sealster, but she reset quickly, closing 4 wide for show. She was set back to 4th. Margot's Got the Cargo is getting some post relief here and looks like Robert Shepard's choice over Always Be Merry and Tamara Hanover. Also take note, that was the first start this year that Margot's Got the Cargo made against male pacers. A number of these mares have been facing all mare company. There were some boys in that field last Wednesday. Number 1, Tamara Hanover, 8-1 now. Made a first over move from 5th in front of the grandstand last Wednesday. She drew alongside the pace setter Southwind Sambuca on the backstretch and held off May Lose Control by a head at the wire. She's now undefeated from the Rideau rail for 2 different drivers, a 3-for-3 record when starting from the rail for the 1, Tamara Hanover. This is her debut for Marie-Claude Auger. The 3, Horizon Sealster, followed the cover of 12-1 winner Tamara Hanover from second over last Wednesday, then faced interference from Margot's Got the Cargo. Horizon Sealster recovered nicely and had a 3-wide move at the top of the stretch despite a flat tire. She was edged out for show by Margot's Got the Cargo, but then placed 3rd. Her 3 wins since May 7th class hike to this level have all been from the rail for William Waugh. That's number 3, Horizon Sealster, currently 5-1. Also 5-1, number 6, Sauble Amber, reunited with Pascal Berube, who was aboard for her July 2nd place finish at Rideau Carleton. Sauble Amber left from Hippodrome 3R post 7 on Sunday, clearing leader Summer Lovin before the opening quarter and subsequently wiring the field. She's back again and reunited with Pascal Berube. That's a 6, Sauble Amber. That's Sauble Amber, number 6, passing in front of the grandstand right now. And Margot's Got the Cargo, the 5, following her. They're going to be lining up very shortly for the start of race 3. The starter has called the field for race 3. The mares are gathering in front of the grandstand. Still time to wager if you hurry. 1 is Tamara Hanover, Marie-Claude Auger. 2, DA Temptation, Guy Gagnon. 3, Horizon Sealster, William Waugh. 4, Always Be Merry, Ryan Guy. 5, Margot's Got the Cargo, Robert Shepard. And on the outside, 6, Sobble Amber for Pascal Berube. They're on the turn. The field is on the backstretch, headed towards the start of race 3. They're off and pacing with her head in front early, DA Temptation. And to the inside, Tamara Hanover is fighting on in second. First over now, make that second over into third. Margot's Got the Cargo underway following the cover of DA Temptation on the first turn. DA Temptation is made front for Guy Gagnon and now leads by a length over Tamara Hanover. Settling into third along the pylons, Margot's Got the Cargo to a 27-4 opening quarter led by DA Temptation. Tamara Hanover sits the pocket, then it's Margot's Got the Cargo. Following her in fourth, Horizon Sealster is stepping out to follow the advancing first over. Margot's Got the Cargo up to second now as the field heads into the second turn, still led by DA Temptation. She's circling and being confronted by Margot's Got the Cargo. Second on the outside at the half, reached in 56-4. Along the backstretch, it's still DA Temptation giving the parking ticket to Margot's Got the Cargo, who has made a break. She's on the run. Margot's Got the Cargo taken wide by Robert Shepard. That leaves Tamara Hanover sitting the pocket second. First over now, uncovered in third. That's Horizon Sealster. Following fourth on the inside, Always Be Merry. Fifth is Sobble Amber. And far back after the break, Margot's Got the Cargo. 124 flat to 3/4, and they're coming after DA Temptation, the pace setter at the top of the stretch. Tamara Hanover first over now and looking for space up the inside. Always Be Merry. It's Tamara Hanover chasing to the wire. Always Be Merry up the inside. Tamara Hanover gets the win by a head. Always Be Merry second. DA Temptation third. 153-2. A race that played out a lot differently than expected after the miscue by Margot's Got the Cargo on the backstretch. Tamara Hanover able to hunt down the pace-setting DA Temptation and hold off the late-charging Always Be Merry in her fourth start of the season. Tamara Hanover victorious from the rail, 153-2. Unofficial results are now posted for race 3, going off at 17-1. Number 1, Tamara Hanover, the race winner for Marie-Claude Auger. Closing for place, number 4, Always Be Merry at 35-1. Third was the pace setter, number 2, DA Temptation, holding on for show, 21-1. And then completing the superfecta, number 3, Horizon Sealster, finishing fourth. 1-4-2-3, the unofficial top 4 order of finish in race 3. Please hold all tickets. Now returning to the Rideau Carleton Winner's Circle once again. Unofficial race 3 winner, number 1, Tamara Hanover, a 4-year-old bay mare by Artspeak out of Transfer Hanover, owned by Jamie Copley and Kimberly Eaton of Ontario with the Max Webster Stable, Nova Scotia. She's bred by Hanover Shoe Farms Incorporated, Pennsylvania, trained by Mandy Archer. Marie-Claude Auger gets the driving win this time with Tamara Hanover, win number 10 of the season, 153 and 2. Race 3 is now official. Prices are posted for race 3. 1, Tamara Hanover pays $36.60 to win. The $2 1-4 exactor, $216.10. The $1 1-4-2 triactor ticket pays $471.40. The race 3 rundown is now shown. 1, Tamara Hanover pulls the 17-1 upset for Marie-Claude Auger. 2, DA Temptation finished 3rd. 3, Horizon Sealster 4th. 4, Always Be Merry, a close 2nd. 1 to 9 favorite number 5, Margot's Got the Cargo, self-destructed and finished 6th. And 6, Sobble Amber was 5th. From the top down, your program should read 1, 3, 4, 2, 6, 5. The fractions 27 and 4, 56 and 4, 124 flat, 153 and 2. The win for Tamara Hanover. We hope you can join us here at Rideau Carleton on Sunday, August 3rd. 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's free admission for People of all ages, racing fans, and younger kids and families can be part of the fun. It's Race for Wishes Night 2025, raising funds for the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Canada, which provides life-altering wishes for kids facing critical illnesses. It helps make their dreams come true and makes their illnesses a little easier to handle. You can contribute, whether you're on track, whether you're scanning the code shown. There's lots of ways to donate and help support Make-A-Wish Canada, including the local Ottawa wish fulfillment operations by this wonderful group. They get no government funding, I was told this afternoon. So it's all up to those of us who can and do contribute. So we hope you can join us again for this family event with lots of things for kids of all ages, trackside, kicking off at 4 p.m. on Race for Wishes Night 2025, Sunday, August 3rd. Race 4 is coming up next with Exactor, Triactor, Superfecta, and Pick 5 wagering. We have the one Pick 5 tonight. It looks like we have a claim to report as well coming up in Race 8. Something to factor into your handicapping. Perhaps the 2, Beauty is Blind, in Race 8 has a claim entered. So here in Race 4, we kick off that Pick 5. You need to pick the winners of Race 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And this race is really wide open. A number of these horses are light on wins, but big on good performance this season. Some of it has to do with classification. Some of it has to do with post position, driver changes. The current favorite, even money favorite from Post 5 is May Lose Control for Mandy Archer and Guy Gagnon. This one just closed so impressively through traffic on July 16th for catch driver Sylvain Lacaille. May Lose Control was a very close second to Tamara Hanover, who just repeated at 17-1 in Race 3. So the runner-up that race was May Lose Control. He's here from Post 5, and the horses are coming on track now for the Race 4 Post Parade. These pacers are non-winners of $900 per start in their last 10 or in 2025. Also eligible $15,000 claimers. They race for a purse of $7,800. Number 1 is Sea Laird, owned by trainer Sylvain Côté of Joliette, Quebec, who shares ownership with Michel Lagacé of Terrebonne, Quebec. Ryan Guy drives. Now stepping onto the track, number 2, Time to Dancing, owned by a numbered Quebec corporation of Gloucester, Ontario, trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. 3 is Woodmere Gaelic, owned by Antonio DeMario and Antonio Belfiore of Sudbury, with Melanie Leach of Kemptville, Ontario, trained by Steve Bellil and driven by Robert Shepard. 4 is Love My Rockin' Bird, owned by Limco Incorporated, Chateauguay, Quebec, trained by Vic Putty. Marie-Claude Auger drives. Current 7-5 favorite is the 5, May Lose Control, owned by Jamie Copley of Kenmore with Kimberly Eaton of Brockville, Ontario, trained by Mandy Archer. Guy Gagnon drives. And rounding out the field from post 6, Smiling Billy the Kid, owned and trained by Benoit Hébert of Papineauville, Quebec. Pascal Berube is in the sulky. That's your field of 6. Pacers for upcoming Race 4, Exactor, Triactor, Superfecta, and Pick 5 wagering. No changes in Race 4. If you're playing the Pick 5, note that in Race 5, the 1 Donatover removes the back shoes and also removes the Murphy blind. And the 5 in Race 5 adds a Murphy blind left. That's the magic of life. We're looking at May Lose Control, who knifed through stretch traffic last Wednesday and nearly stung Tamara Hanover at the wire. May Lose Control is reunited with Guy Gagnon in the sulky for the front-end June 11th victory by this horse. It was at a much lower classification for non-winners of $200 per start, however. But the recent form, very good. May Lose Control. 9-5 right now. Another to watch here, who is just dropped to even money favorite from the rail, is the class dropper, Sea Laird, getting massive post relief. He emerged 4th over from last, approaching the second turn last Wednesday behind Margot's Got the Cargo when she suddenly broke at 3/4. Sea Laird closed into stretch traffic, pacing the field's fastest last quarter, 29 seconds flat. He does lose Pascal Berube to Smiling Billy the Kid, but hasn't missed the Superfecta in 3 previous 2025 starts from the rail. This is Sea Laird's debut for Ryan Guy. In Race 4, the opening leg of the only Pick 5 tonight, I went deep here. I think anyone can win this. So I have the 5, May Lose Control, the 2, Time to Dancing, the 1, Sea Laird, and also the 6, Smiling Billy the Kid. I really wouldn't hesitate to hit the all button in Race 4. In Race 5, going 3 deep with Royale du Haras from post 3, also the 1, Donatover, with the equipment changes, and the 7, Southwind Russian, who could be strong if he stays on the trot. In Race 6, the 1, Son of a Millionaire, moving down the class ladder and adding Lasix again. This one has Guy Gagnon in the bike and looks intriguing. The 6, CrossFit, also very good lately, even on the recent class jump. In Race 7, I'm singling the 6, Fox Hunt for Jacob Copley and Guy Gagnon. A very good debut, July 20th, and a quick turnaround. And in the final leg, our last race of the card, Race 8, going with the 1, Fireshine, making a debut for Gerard Vaillancourt and William Waugh from the rail. Also the 4, Dial Me Up, closed very well in her latest start for Ryan Guy and Yves Tessier. And number 7, Little Bearcat, lived up to the name, keeping her 3-race win streak intact in her Rideau debut on July 16th. That's a $14.40 Pick 5 ticket shown, 20-cent base wager. Glenn Pearson's top selection here is number 6, Smiling Billy the Kid. He and Pascal Berube pocketed up behind Stonebridge Hermes June 25th and outsprinted him in deep stretch for the fastest win of his career, 152-3 win by Smiling Billy the Kid. He was gapping 5th early last Wednesday at a higher classification, sitting last at 3/4 and gaining late up the inside path. 7-2 right now as the starter calls the field for Race 4. The Pacers are lining up for Race 4, kicking off the one and only Pick 5 sequence this evening. at Rideau Carleton. 1 is Sea Laird, Ryan Guy. 2, Time to Dancing, Stefan Pouliot. 3, Woodmere Gaelic, Robert Shepard. 4, Love My Rockin' Bird, Marie-Claude Auger. 5, May Lose Control, Guy Gagnon. And on the outside, 6, Smiling Billy the Kid, Pascal Berube. They're on the turn, and all in line except Sea Laird on the inside. Just a little behind the others as the starting gate is turned onto the backstretch. They're off and pacing, taken back to last off the gate, Smiling Billy the Kid, avoiding the early battle now underway. Love My Rockin' Bird trying to make front. Time to Dancing trying to stretch him out, backing down into third along the pylons. May Lose Control just ahead of Sea Laird, racing fourth ahead of Woodmere Gaelic, and trailing this single file procession to the opening quarter, Smiling Billy the Kid. 27-2. The opening panel, and leading the way down the stretch the first time, the front end loving Love My Rockin' Bird, keeping about a length ahead of next closest Time to Dancing, sitting the pocket. Then in third, it's May Lose Control. Looking to come first over now from fourth, Sea Laird and Ryan Guy have stepped out, gaining ground along the pylons for Robert Shepard. That's Woodmere Gaelic with a ground-saving trip, and moving up into fourth now ahead of Sea Laird. They reached the halfway station in 56-4, and stepping out to confront leader Love My Rockin' Bird, May Lose Control, slipped out ahead of Sea Laird. It's now May Lose Control on the engine, shadowed by Love My Rockin' Bird in third. That's Time to Dancing, and a gap of about 3 lengths back to Woodmere Gaelic. Out there, it's Sea Laird, uncovered second last, and still trailing Smiling Billy the Kid. 1:23-4 at 3/4, and trying to get this victory in his resume. It's May Lose Control leading the way down the stretch. A late move up the inside from Love My Rockin' Bird down the center of the track. Time to Dancing. May Lose Control needs the wire, and he's got it by a half length over Love My Rockin' Bird. Time to Dancing up for show. 1:53 flat. May Lose Control slipped out ahead of the first over Sea Laird, and that was the winning move. May Lose Control getting that victory for Guy Gagnon in a seasonal best, and in fact a new lifetime best of 1:53 flat in race 4. The unofficial top 4 order of finish is now displayed for race 4. 7-5 favorite, number 5, May Lose Control, the race winner for Guy Gagnon. Over 4, Love My Rockin' Bird, holding on for place. Over 2, Time to Dancing, third, and 1, Sea Laird was fourth. 5, 4, 2, 1. The unofficial top 4 in race 4. Please hold all tickets. Now coming back to the Rideau Carleton Winner's Circle. Unofficial race 4 winner and 7-5 favorite, number 5, May Lose Control. A 5-year-old bay gelding by Control the Moment out of Laura May, owned by Jamie Copley of Kenmore and Kimberly Eden of Brockville, Ontario. Bred by William Haggerty and Stuart Ducamp of Ontario. Trained by Mandy Archer. Driven to victory by Guy Gagnon. And that's a new lifetime mark, 153 flat. May Lose Control in his 3rd win of the season. Shaves a 2nd off his record. Race 4 is now official. Prices are now posted for race 4, where number 5, May Lose Control, returns $4.80 to win. The $2.54 exactor pays $25.10. It's $42.70 if you had the $1 triactor, $5.42, and $122.65 for the $1 superfecta, 5-4-2-1 combination. The race 4 rundown is now displayed. 1, Sealaird was 4th. 2, Time to Dancing 3rd. 3, Woodmere Gaelic 5th. 4, Love My Rockin' Bird 2nd. 5, May Lose Control took a new lifetime mark as a winning 7-5 favorite for Guy Gagnon. And 6, Smiling Billy the Kid was 6th. From the top down, your program should read 4, 3, 5, 2, 1, 6. The fractions 27 and 2, 56 and 4, 123 and 4, 153 flat. The new mark for May Lose Control. We're moving on to race 5, which has exactor, triactor, late pick 4, and super high 5 wagering. And just for those new to wagering, the pick 4, you're picking 4 consecutive winners. So you need the winners of races 5, 6, 7, and 8. A high 5, you need to pick the top 5 horses in this one race in order. So here in race 5, a couple of equipment changes of note. The one, Donna Tover, removing the hind shoes and also removing the Murphy blind on the left. And 5, the Magic of Life is adding a Murphy blind left. Also, if you're playing this late pick 4, it may be of interest that a claim was entered in race 8 on number 2, Beauty is Blind. This is a nice field of trotters, and my top selection happens to be the favorite right now, 3-2 on the 3, Royal Duara, who gains post and or class relief from his previous 2 Rideau starts. He was gapping second last to the quarter last Wednesday over the good racing surface and came second over from 5th approaching the half behind the stalled cover of Son of a Millionaire. He's at his best on or near the pace and gets a good post position for it from post 3 for driver Loic Guriel. That's the 3, Royal du Haras. I'm using him as well as the 1, Donatover, and the 7, Southwind Russian in this first leg of the late pick 4. I'm keeping it quite simple here, an inexpensive ticket. In race 6, going with 2 horses, the 1, Son of a Millionaire, post relief, and adding driver Guy Gagnon. Also, the 6, CrossFit, has been very good for Marie-Claude Auger and trainer Vic Putty this season, a 5-time winner from 15 starts. He is a tough horse with the outside post, so going with those 2 in race 6. In race 7, I have singled the 6, Fox Hunt, for Jacob Copley and Guy Gagnon. This one 0 for 11 so far this season, but that could change. He looks to be in a good spot, although he is up in class. That was a very impressive 1:52.2 individual mile on July 20th. And completing this pick 4 with 3 horses in race 8. The 1, Fire Shine, coming in for Gerard Vaillancourt and William Waugh. She was claimed at Kawartha Downs on Saturday, and she definitely knows her way to the winner's circle at multiple tracks around Ontario, an 8-time winner this season. The 4, Dial Me Up, closed impressively on July 16th, and the 7, Little Bearcat, was a strong winner for Robert Shepard and Mandy Archer July 16th, coming in from a claim at Kawartha. So that's a $3.60 ticket in the late pick 4, 20-cent base wager. Trotters are coming onto the track now for the race 5 post parade. These trotters are non-winners of $2,000 in their last 5 starts, with allowances for fillies and mares. Also non-winners of a race this year allowed $500. Also eligible, $12,000 claimers. They race for a purse of $6,000. Some equipment changes here in race 5. I'll mention them again as the horses parade. Number 1 is Donatover, owned and trained by John McMillan of Odessa, Ontario. Guy Gagnon drives. Donatover has had the back shoes removed, also the Murphy blind left removed. On the 1, Donatover, the current 2-1 co-favorite. 2 is Saint-Ambrogio, owned by Investissement KFB of Sorel Tracy, Quebec. Sharing ownership with trainer Carl Duguay of Trois-Rivières, Quebec. Pascal Berube drives. The 2-1 co-favorite is the 3, Royal du Haras, owned by Westover de l'Estrie, Incorporated of Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, Quebec. Denis Guriel trains. Loic Guriel is in the sulky. 4 is Mask of Zorro, owned by trainer Benoit Hibert of Papineauville, with Eric Lafleur of L'Ange Gardienne, Quebec. Robert Shepard drives. 5 is The Magic of Life, owned by trainer Danielle Delude of Saint-Martin, with Christine Davignon, also of Saint-Martin, Quebec. Pierre Beauvais drives, and the Magic of Life adds a Murphy blind left. 6 is Tricks and Stones, owned by Limco Incorporated of Quebec, along with Gordon MacDonald of Ontario and Christopher Boland of Newfoundland. Vic Putty trains, Marie-Claude Auger drives. And finally, it's number 7, Southwind Russian, owned by a numbered Quebec corporation of Gloucester, Ontario, trained and driven by Stéphane Pouliot. That's your field of 7 trotters for upcoming race 5. There's Exactor, Triactor, Late Pick 4, and Super High 5 wagering. We're getting a closer look at the 8-5 favorite from the rail, number 1, Donna Tover, who was caught wide early on Saturday at Kawartha Downs. Donna Tover was first over from 5th at the opening quarter and got parked. He backed down to last after the half and tried again at 3/4, encountering interference. He's got some post relief here, and this is his debut for Guy Gagnon. Some class relief as well for the 1, Donna Tover, 8-5 right now. 7-1 on the 7, Southwind Russian, who broke leaving from an inside post last Wednesday. He's got significant class relief. His only win this year was on the front end from the Rideau rail on May 23rd at a lower classification. If he can stay flat, he is a serious horse. That's the 7, Southwind Russian. He has 2 kinds of trips, winning and off stride most of the time. I like the 3 here, Royale du Ara. That one is 5-2, getting the post and class relief that he didn't have in his previous 2 Rideau starts. We're looking at high 5 tickets right now. Glenn Pearson agrees that the 7, Southwind Russian, on his best behavior, is the winner. Glenn's got Southwind Russian on top of his high 5 ticket. He's using the 6, Tricks and Stones, the beaten even money favorite in his most recent start. That horse is second in Glenn's ticket, ahead of the 1, Donna Tover, third. Then in fourth, he's got Mask of Zorro, and completing his high 5 ticket, he's using 5, The Magic of Life. I see it quite differently. I quite like the 3, Royale du Ara, who qualified impressively here and also won a big qualifier at Trois-Rivières on June 28th. So I see his chances improving with this post position. He's a 6-5 favorite right now, Royale du Ara. I'm using the 1, Donna Tover, in the place spot, although I would actually consider them horses to use together. I would put 1-3-3-1 at the top of this high 5 ticket. I like the 7, Southwind Russian. If he can keep it together, he is dangerous here. Then I'm going to the 4, Mask of Zorro, who raced single file 4th behind the front end winner Final Tex last Wednesday, closing widest and co-fastest of all. 29-3 last panel for Mask of Zorro, 5-1 right now from post 4. Completing my high 5, I've got the 6, Tricks and Stones. Again, a beaten even money favorite last Wednesday. This one got away third in a spaced out field, and then tightened up at the half and came first over at 3/4, moving to the inside path late and getting out sprinted. The AGCO judges have just informed me of a late scratch. Scratch number 6, Tricks and Stones in race 5. This is a vet scratch due to lameness. The AGCO veterinarian has scratch number 6, Tricks and Stones, in upcoming race 5. Still time to wager on race 5. Exactor, triactor, high 5 and pick 4 wagering. Things have changed slightly after the scratch of the 6, Tricks and Stones, scratched lame on the order of the AGCO veterinarian and judges. So we're scratched down now to a field of 6. There's still high 5 wagering. And the current favorite, 6-5 on number 3, Royale du Haras. 1 for 6 this season, but some class and post relief here. The starter has called the field for race 5. This is your last opportunity of the card to play the pick 4 at Rideau Carleton. The trotters are lining up now. 1 is Donna Tover, Guy Gagnon. 2, Saint Ambrogio, Pascal Berube. 3, Royale du Haras, Loic Guriel. 4, Mask of Zorro, Robert Shepard. 5, The Magic of Life, Pierre Beauvais. 6, Tricks and Stones is scratched. 7 is Southwind Russian for Stéphane Pouliot. They're on the turn. They're all lined up except Southwind Russian, about 5 lengths behind the gate. As it turns on to the backstretch, he's gaining ground on the others, approaching the start. The 5 is on the run. The Magic of Life off stride as Southwind Russian joins the others, and they're off and trotting, all except the Magic of Life on an unfortunate break at the back, leaving from the inside Sant Ambrogio, confronting that one early and moving on to take charge, Royale du Haras, and on the outside, that is Southwind Russian moving up first over into second outside of Sant Ambrogio. A gap of 3 lengths back the 4th, Mask of Zorro, and then off stride, that is the Magic of Life on the gallop at the back. And also another breaker, Donna Tover, appears to have lost ground there, approaching the opening quarter of 28 2, but he's back in the hunt now. They're led by Royale du Haras into the second turn, keeping ahead of Sant Ambrogio, parked first over in third, Southwind Russian. On the inside, 4th, Mask of Zorro, and moving to the pylons, now settling into 4th as Southwind Russian tires and retreats to 5th. That's Donna Tover. They went to the half in 59 4, and they're still led by Royale du Haras, Loic Guriel, keeping him well rated along the backstretch with Sant Ambrogio in the pocket. Here's a first over bid from Donna Tover, gaining ground into 3rd. And now second, he sticks ahead of Sant Ambrogio, who's 3rd on the inside. Second over from 4th, Mask of Zorro, and it's far back to the breakers, Southwind Russian, and well out of it even further back. The Magic of Life, 128 4 at 3/4. They're turning for home, and Royale du Haras is still leading by a couple of lengths, closing in late. That's Sant Ambrogio, 3 wide. Donna Tover, he needs the wire. Royale du Haras is very tight in that finish against Sant Ambrogio and Donna Tover. 158 4, a blanket finish. Royale du Haras saw his lead evaporate in the final strides, and it was very, very tight at the finish. He's on the inside, down the center of the track. Sant'Ambrogio coming on late. Widest, that's Donna Tover. It looks like Donna Tover edged out Sant'Ambrogio, with Royale du Haras finishing third. But we'll wait to find out more on that. It was very close in this 1:58 and 4 mile. The AGCO judges have just informed me that there will be an inquiry in race 5 concerning the break by number 1, Donna Tover, after the start. We're looking at the unofficial top 5 order of finish for race 5. 1, Donna Tover, the 7-5 winner for Guy Gagnon, is the subject of the inquiry. He edged out the 2, Sant'Ambrogio, second at odds of 19-1. And the pace-setting number 3, Royale du Haras, the 7-5 co-favorite, was third in that close finish. 4, Mask of Zorro finished fourth, and 7, Southwind Russian completes the high 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, the unofficial top 5. However, this is unofficial, and the judges are reviewing the break by number 1, Donna Tover, after the start in race 5. Please hold all tickets. Now coming back to the Rideau Carleton Winner's Circle, it's unofficial race 5 winner. Number 1, Donna Tover, a 10-year-old bay gelding by Donato Hanover out of Anonym, Hanover. Owned and trained by John McMillan of Odessa, Ontario. Bred by Hanover Shoe Farms, Incorporated of Hanover, Pennsylvania. Driven to victory by Guy Gagnon. That's win number 3 of the season for Donna Tover. That is an unofficial victory as we await the judges' ruling on the break after the start by the 1, Donna Tover. We're now looking at footage from race 5 showing the break before and after the start by the 1, Donna Tover, the winner of race 5. The AGCO judges have informed me that Donna Tover did abide by the current updated braking rules, so there will be no placing. The 1, Donna Tover, finished first and will stay up as the winner of race 5. Again, he did abide by the current AGCO rules concerning brakes. Race 5 is now official. Prices are posted for race 5. 1, Donna Tover returns $4.90 to win. The $2 1-2 exactor will have to get back to the 20-cent pick 3, 151, 3 of 3, $35.05. The $1 pick 4, 4 of 4, $568.35. The 20-cent super high 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, pays $88.18. And that exactor, $76.40 for the $2 ticket, $61.40 for the $1 triactor, 1, 2, 3. Some nice prices in race 5. The race 5 rundown is now displayed. 7-5 co-favorite number 1, Donna Tover, gets the win for Guy Gagnon over 2. The 19-1 shot, Sant Ambrogio, a strong second. 7-5 co-favorite number 3, Royale du Hara, also close in that finish. 4, Mask of Zorro, closed for 4th. 5, The Magic of Life, broke stride early and finished 6th. 6, Tricks and Stones was a late scratch, veterinary scratch, lame. And the 7, Southwind Russian, finished 5th. From the top down, your program should read 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, scratch 5. The fractions 28 and 2, 59 and 4, 128 and 4, 158 and 4, the winning mile for Donna Tover. Moving on to race 6 now with exactor, triactor, superfecta, and pick 3 wagering. No changes in races 6 or 7. Note that in race 8, a claim is entered on number 2, Beauty is Blind. The current favorite here is the 3 Final Text, who finally got her first Rideau victory July 16th after a couple of place finishes behind CrossFit, who happens to be part of this field. Glenn is going with the 3 Final Text on top of the ticket. Pascal Berube now driving this recently claimed Text Me mare, now trained by Sylvain Cote, a 3-time winner this season. Number 3 Final Text. Glenn is using the 1 in the place spot for Mandy Archer and Guy Gagnon, the son of a millionaire. 2 wins this season. The most recent was for Robert Shepard in the Preferred Handicap on June 11th. He's my top selection. I like the 6 CrossFit in the place spot. Glenn's got him 3rd. CrossFit, a strong record this season for Vic Putty and Marie-Claude Auger. A couple of wins at a lower level here recently. July 2nd and 9th, CrossFit was able to overtake Final Text and get the win. I'm using the 4 Stomper Tom in the show spot. Glenn has that wheeling and dealing 4-year-old gelding to complete his superfecta. I like him a little better than that. He did lose ground late in his most recent start. However, some of those horses are not in this field. There's no JM Stella. There's no Impressive Dude. So I think he does better here. He's 7-2 right now from post 4 for Mike Armstrong and Ryan Guy, the 4 Stomper Tom. And completing my ticket for the superfecta, I'm using the 5 Wasting No Time for Robert Shepard and Yannick Martel. This one hasn't raced since June 29th. Having been a transportation scratch on July 9th. A 2-time winner this season and a winning favorite in that most recent start here, June 29th, at a lower classification. The trotters are coming on track now for the race 6 post parade. The race 6 trotters are non-winners of $5,000 in their last 5 starts. Allowances for fillies and mares also eligible. Non-winners of $50,000 lifetime. Also eligible $18,000 claimers and also eligible non-winners of $900 per start in their last 10. They race for a purse of $7,800. Leading the post parade, number 1, Son of a Millionaire, owned by Jamie Copley and Kimberly Eaton of Ontario with the Max Webster stable of Nova Scotia, trained by Mandy Archer. Guy Gagnon drives. 2 is Cadillac, owned by Michel Grenier of Gatineau, Quebec, trained by Alain Martin and Stéphane Pouliot drives. 7-5, current favorite from post 3, Final Text, owned and trained by Sylvain Côté of Joliette, Quebec, who shares ownership with Michel Lagacé of Terrebonne, Quebec. Pascal Berube is in the sulky. 4 is Stomper Tom, owned by Wade and Philippe Toussignon of Cardinal, Ontario. Mike Armstrong trains, Ryan Guy drives. 5 is Wasting No Time, owned and trained by Yannick Martel of L'Assomption, Quebec. Robert Shepard drives. And completing the field from post 6, CrossFit, owned by Gordon MacDonald of Ontario with Christopher Boland of Newfoundland. Vic Putty trains, Marie-Claude Auger drives. That's your field of 6 trotters for upcoming race 6. No changes in races 6 or 7. There's exactor, triactor, superfecta, and late pick 3 wagering available. We're getting a good look at Final Text here, and she is Glenn Pearson's top selection this race. She earned her first Rideau victory on July 16th, a front-end trip, holding off Synergy S by a length and a half at the wire, 1:57.2. Guy Gagnon was driving on that occasion, and Final Text was claimed after that win. She now races for Sylvain Côté and Pascal Berube after being campaigned previously by Mandy Archer and Guy Gagnon. So a 3-time winner this season. She was in the Maritimes, but did her best work at a 5/8 mile track, the Meadows, both last year and this year. We'll see how she does here. She's got a good post position for her front-end loving style. Final Text, 8-5 favorite right now. I noticed that the 1, Son of a Millionaire, is making his second career start with Lasix. He's also got post relief. He's got the rail here in his debut for Guy Gagnon after Wednesday's overland trip on a good surface. Son of a Millionaire couldn't clear Impressive Dude and faded late. He's 2-1 right now from the rail. 6 CrossFit has 5 2025 victories at lower Rideau classifications and broke leaving last Wednesday. He reset to catch the field before the second turn and then got caught second last inside of the second over Royal du Haras along the backstretch. CrossFit did manage to pass Stomper Tom late. 7-2 right now. The price on number 4, Stomper Tom, who shadowed the front end 1-2 winner, Impressive Dude, last Wednesday. Stomper Tom was gapping second past the half. He did park out the first over, Son of a Millionaire, who was third outside at 3/4. And Stomper Tom paid the price for that, losing ground in the stretch. The 5, Wasting No Time, 5-1, is making his first start since June 29th. He was an off-the-pace winner at a lower classification in that start and is up in class here. He is a 2-time winner in 17 starts this season and has raced well at this level. The starter has called the field for race 6. Race 6 is the first leg of the last pick 3 sequence tonight. Wagering remains open as the field lines up in front of the Rideau Carleton grandstand. 1 is Son of a Millionaire, Guy Gagnon. 2 is Cadillac, Stéphane Pouliot. 3, Final Text for Pascal Berube. 4, Stomper Tom, Ryan Guy. 5, Wasting No Time, Robert Shepard. And on the outside, 6, CrossFit for Marie-Claude Auger. They're gradually getting into place behind the gate. They're on the backstretch, headed towards the start for race 6. They're off and trotting, a staggered start and an early battle as Final Text and Stomper Tom go head-to-head early, emerging the winner of that first battle. Final Text has taken charge and Stomper Tom has backed down to the pocket. A couple of lengths ahead of third place. Son of a Millionaire tightening up in third. A couple of lengths behind him in fourth. That's Cadillac. Then in fifth, Wasting No Time, and trailing this field in the early going, CrossFit. 28-1, the opening quarter. And as expected on the front end, it's Final Text leading the way by just over a length ahead of Stomper Tom. Then Son of a Millionaire, a closer third. In fourth, Cadillac. Fifth, Wasting No Time. Stepping out now, first over from last, CrossFit, getting asked to make his move by Marie-Claude Auger. They're on the turn and reaching the half in 57 4. Final Text continuing on, leading by a length and a half. Stomper Tom is all over the helmet in second now and gapping third. Son of a Millionaire trying to step out to come first over. Moving up the pylons into fourth, that's Cadillac. Second over, CrossFit is out there second last and trailing the field at this point, Wasting No Time. 126-1 at 3/4, still leading the way. Final Text, Son of a Millionaire, gaining ground first over into second on the outside. Following from third inside, a perfect pocket ride for Stomper Tom. They turn for home and now confronted, it's Son of a Millionaire taking over from Final Text, who fades late, charging to the wire. Stomper Tom turning it on, but not enough to catch Son of a Millionaire, who wins by a length and a half over Stomper Tom. Final Text may have held on for show, 156-3. Final Text cut the fractions, but couldn't maintain that pace in deep stretch under pressure from Son of a Millionaire, who opens up late, winning his debut for Guy Gagnon. Stomper Tom, after a ground-saving trip, was a good second in this 156-3 mile. Unofficial top 4 finishers are now posted for race 6, going off as the 3-5 favorite. Number 1, Son of a Millionaire, a winner for Guy Gagnon. Over 4, Stomper Tom, second. 3, Final Text, holding on for show, ahead of 2, Cadillac, fourth. 1, 4, 3, 2, the unofficial top 4 order of finish in race 6. Please hold all tickets. Guy Gagnon back in the winner's circle once again. He was a winner of race 4 with May Lose Control, race 5 with Done It Over, and now he's done it again with Son of a Millionaire in race 6. 3 in a row. Son of a Millionaire, a 10-year-old bay gelded son of Donato Hanover, and Mom's Millionaire, owned by Jamie Copley and Kimberly Eaton of Ontario with the Max Webster Stable of Nova Scotia. Bred by Money Market Breeders of New York, trained by Mandy Archer. And again, Guy Gagnon, his third straight win, 156-3. Son of a Millionaire equals his seasonal mark in his third win of the year. Race 6 is now official. Prices are posted for race 6. Winner, number 1, Son of a Millionaire, returns $3.30 to win. The $2.14 exactor pays $9.20. $14.40 for the $1.143 triactor, and $110.90 for the $1 superfecta 1432 combination. The race 6 rundown is now displayed. 3 to 5 favorite, number 1, Son of a Millionaire, gets his third victory of the year and Guy Gagnon's third driving win in a row. 2, Cadillac was fourth. 3, Final Text third. 4, Stomper Tom was second. 5, Wasting No Time sixth, and 6, CrossFit finished fifth. From the top down, your program should read 143-265. The fractions 28-1, 57-4, 126-1, 156-3. The winning mile, equaling his seasonal mark, Son of a Millionaire. Just 2 more live races remain this evening at Rideau Carleton. Of course, action continues in the simulcast lounge. If you'd like to stick around for some more wagering and viewing after our 8-race card. Race 7 is coming up. And Glenn and I agree on the current 7-5 second choice in the win pool, Fox Hunt. Guy Gagnon going for a 4th consecutive win of the card. Fox Hunt, a strong pace setter on July 20th here with Gagnon in the bike. He was stung by Livin' the Beach Life late in the mile. And now he's dropped. He's the 4-5, make that 1-2 favorite from post 6, Fox Hunt. Glenn likes the 4, Radley Hanover in the play spot. He was second by a head to 88 Fingers Louis in his latest outing here last Wednesday. And Guy Gagnon was in the bike for that particular race. So I tend to lean towards Fox Hunt if that's the direction Guy Gagnon is going in. I have the 5, Jolton Joe, in the place spot. This one coming in from Hippodrome 3R, getting significant post relief after a somewhat troubled trip, an outside post and an overland trip, ending up 5th for another driver, Pascal Berube, driving Jolton Joe, and he drove this horse to his latest victory on June 15th at Hippodrome 3R, a front-end trip from the rail as a winning favorite. Jolton Joe 9-1 right now from post 5. Glenn and I both going to the 1, Lancaster Bomber in the show spot, and the 2, 88 Fingers Louis, to complete the superfecta. Race 7 has exactor, triactor, superfecta, and late daily double wagering. No changes in race 7. The only change in race 8 is that there is a claim entered on number 2, Beauty is Blind. The Pacers are coming from the paddock for the race 7 post parade. Thank you to our Twitter or X follower, Carolina Moon, who played the early pick 4 suggested in the program and cashed for $113.24. Thanks for letting me know. Glad to hear you played it. That $10.80 ticket coming back with a generous return. Congratulations, Carolina Moon. Here comes the post parade for race 7. These pacers are non-winners of $600 per start in their last 10, with non-winners of a race this year allowed $100. The purse is $7,000. Number 1 is Lancaster Bomber, owned by Scott Miller of Massena, New York, trained by Christina Miller. Josh Miller drives. Two is 88 Fingers Louie, co-owned by trainer-driver Ryan Guy and Sharon Christie, both of South Mountain, Ontario. 3 is Lucky Leonard, owned by trainer Caroline Malo-Tetro of Saint-Ligory, Quebec. Robert Shepard is in the bike. 4 is Radley Hanover, owned and trained by Carol Ann Malo-Tetro, Saint-Ligory, Quebec. Stéphane Pouliot drives. 5 is Jolton Joe, owned by Mary Lee Simoneau of Trois-Rivières, Quebec, trained by Marc-André Simoneau. Pascal Berube drives. And completing this field from post 6, Fox Hunt, owned by Jamie and Jacob Copley of Kenmore, Ontario, who share ownership with James Copley of Inverness, Nova Scotia. Trained by Jacob Copley, Guy Gagnon drives. That's your field of 6 pacers for upcoming race 7. No changes in race 7. There's exactor, triactor, superfecta, and late daily double wagering. The only change in upcoming race 8, second leg of the late daily double, is 1 claim entered on the 2, Beauty is Blind, in race 8. We're getting a good look at Guy Gagnon driving Fox Hunt, the current even money favorite. Guy Gagnon has 3 straight wins now tonight. Fox Hunt is working on his first win of the season. He had 3 wins last year. He's 0 for 11 this year. But given the condition of this race, I think that could change tonight for Fox Hunt. He's making a quick turnaround. This is his second start for Guy Gagnon and Jacob Copley. He's up in class after cutting fractions and getting stung in the final strides by Livin' the Beach Life last Wednesday. That was, or I should say Sunday, that was the fastest mile so far this year for Fox Hunt, a 1:52 and 2 beaten mile. He was a half length behind Livin' the Beach Life on July 20th. Glenn and I in agreement on that one. Glenn likes the 4, Radley Hanover, in the place spot here. Stéphane Pouliot driving for Caroline Malo-Tetro. This one 0 for 6 this season, second by a head from the rail at this approximate classification last Wednesday. It was a trip racing on and near the pace, and he was very much close to having a first seasonal win there. He was second by a head to the long shot winner, who happens to be in this field. That's a 2, 88 Fingers Louie. Glenn and I are both using the 2, 88 Fingers Louie, the 19-1 winner in his most recent start. 88 Fingers Louie and Ryan Guy capitalized on a patient trip last Wednesday, sitting single file 4th until the final turn. They had a second over move to follow. First up, Mickey makes some speed at the top of the stretch, and 88 Fingers Louie was able to sting the pace setter, Radley Hanover, at the wire, coming home in the co-fastest closing quarter of 29 and 1. 5-2 right now on the 2, 88 Fingers Louie. Also 5-2 on the 1, Lancaster Bomber, third in the tickets posted for Glenn and myself. This one making a quick turnaround. Lancaster Bomber backpedaled to single file 4th here Sunday and got caught in as Livin' the Beach Life got rolling on the second turn. He was loose late, gaining ground up the inside path. The 5, Jolton Joe, is a front-end loving horse, reunited with Pascal Berube aboard for his last 6 wins. So that's quite a partnership. He's 15-1 right now from post 5, Jolton Joe. It should be noted all of those last 6 wins by this horse were at Hippodrome 3R, the half-mile track. Jolton Joe got away second last from post 7 on July 13th there. He was 4th over from last at the half and went 3 wide on the backstretch, battling for 5th behind a breakaway top 4. However you see it, it's time to play it. The starter has called the field for race 7. The pacers are lining up behind the starting gate. 1 is Lancaster Bomber, Josh Miller. 2, 88 Fingers Louis, Ryan Guy. 3, Lucky Leonard, Robert Shepard. 4, Radley Hanover, Stefan Pouliot. 5, Jolton Joe, Pascal Berube. And on the outside, 6, Fox Hunt for Guy Gagnon. They're all in line on the turn. The race 7 pacers have noses on gate on the backstretch. They're off and pacing, pushing the gate away. Fox Hunt leaving from the outside in pursuit of the fast-leaving Lancaster Bomber, the current leader, and he's getting taken back by Josh Miller to sit the pocket. Fox Hunt is looking to clear, making his way to the front for Guy Gagnon on the first turn. About 4 lengths behind Lancaster Bomber, following now and tightening up in third, 88 Fingers Louis. And they reach the opening quarter in 26-4. Fox Hunt now leading by a length and a half over Lancaster Bomber, following from third, 88 Fingers Louis. In fourth, Lucky Leonard. Fifth, Radley Hanover. And trailing the field, Jolton Joe. They're single file heading into the second turn. Lots of respect for the pace-setting Fox Hunt, who has cleared Lancaster Bomber to make front early and now maintains a length and a half advantage over him at the half, reached in 57-2. Lancaster Bomber continues to stalk from second. In third, that's 88 Fingers Louis. Fourth, it's Lucky Leonard. Fifth, and gapping Radley Hanover, and trailing single file on the backstretch, that's Jolton Joe. They approach 3/4, still led by Fox Hunt and Guy Gagnon, widening his lead. He leads by 2 now over Lancaster Bomber as he reaches 3/4 in 1:25-1 and continues to gain ground. Stepping out now from third, a first over move from 88 Fingers Louis as they turn for home. Fox Hunt has what looks like an insurmountable lead here coming down the stretch. Fox Hunt out there by 4 lengths. Battle on for place. It's all Fox Hunt closing for place. That's going to be Radley Hanover ahead of 88 Fingers Louis and Lancaster Bomber. 1:53-4. When Guy Gagnon has the hot hands, they really don't get any hotter than what you just witnessed in race 7. Fox Hunt, 0-4-11, gets his first seasonal victory, 1:53-4, in line to the king, Guy Gagnon. Closing well for place there, Radley Hanover. The unofficial top 4 finishers are now posted for race 7, going off at a final 1-9 price. Number 6, Fox Hunt, comes through, giving Guy Gagnon his 4th consecutive win tonight. Closing for place, number 4, Radley Hanover, at odds of 25-1. Finishing third was a 288 Fingers Louis, and holding on for fourth, number 1 Lancaster Bomber. 6-4-2-1, the unofficial top 4 in race 7. Please hold all tickets. That's Canada's top UDRS driver at the midway point this year, back in the winner's circle after his 4th consecutive win tonight. And with the first-time winner this season, Fox Hunt gets the victory in his 12th start of the season. Number 6 Fox Hunt, a 6-year-old bay gelding by Huntsville out of Wrangler Magic, owned by Jamie and Jacob Copley of Kenmore, Ontario. Jacob Copley doing a great job as trainer. James Copley of Inverness, Nova Scotia, shares ownership on this gelding, bred by Crawford Farms, LLC of Syracuse, New York. Congratulations to the connections. Fox Hunt, the official winner of race 7, 153-4, his first win of the year. Prices are now posted for race 7, where number 6 Fox Hunt returns $2.10 to win. The $2.64 exactor pays $25. It's $53.55 for the $1 Triactor 642 combination, and $96.50 for the $1 Superfecta 6421 combination. The race 7 rundown is now displayed. 1 Lancaster Bomber was 4th, 2 88 Fingers Louie 3rd, 3 Lucky Leonard 5th, 4 Radley Hanover closed well for place, 5 Jolton Joe ended up 6th, and 6 Fox Hunt was a winning 1-9 favorite in the 4th straight win of the card for Guy Gagnon. From the top down, your program should read 4-3-5-2-6-1. The fractions 26 and 4, 57 and 2, 125 and 1, 153 and 4, the first win of the season for Fox Hunt. Only one more race left on this beautiful evening. Thanks again to all the horse players and fans who joined us on track tonight or wherever you may be playing Rideau Carleton. Race 8 has exactor, triactor, and super high five wagering. The only change has to do with a claim entered on the 2, Beauty is Blind. Glenn Pearson looking to the 4, Dial Me Up here. She closed strongly last Wednesday, finishing second to Little Bear Cat from the same post position. This Yves Tessier trained mare back in line to Flyin' Ryan Guy. I like her as well. I'm using her in the place spot. She's a 6-5 current favorite. I'm going to the 1 Fireshine on top of my ticket, making a Rideau debut for new owner-trainer Gerard Vaillancourt after a claim on Saturday at Kawartha Downs. This mare knows her way to the winner's circle. A very high percentage winner with 8 victories already this season for Fireshine. William Waugh getting the drive. Glenn is going to number 3, Beach Journey, the likely pace setter in the place spot. I have her further down my ticket, but with Guy Gagnon on fire, he just had 4 straight wins. You might want to move the 3, Beach Journey, a little higher up your ticket. She's 9-2 right now from post 3. Glenn has number 7, Little Bear Cat in the show spot, and so do I. A tougher post for this winner last Wednesday. She was able to sweep past everyone for the 155 and 3 win, her 4th of the year. That was for Robert Shepard and trainer Mandy Archer. And the same connections sending her out tonight for their 2nd consecutive start together. Little Bear Cat was claimed on July 12th at Kawartha Downs after a going away win there. Glenn and I also in agreement about the 2, Beauty is Blind, for 4th in the high 5 ticket. Glenn wraps up his high 5 with the 1, Fireshine, and I go to the 3, Beach Journey. It's a nice field of 8 filly and mare pacers of claiming tags ranging from $8,500 through $12,500. Also some non-winners of 2 races in 2024-2025. So we'll see how this shakes out shortly. They're coming now from the paddock for the race 8 post parade. It's our last of the night. Here come the race 8 pacers for the post parade. They're fillies and mares with claiming tags from $8,500 through $12,500. Also eligible, non-winners of 2 races in 2024-2025 who draw with the $8,500 claimers. They race for a purse of $6,300. One is Fireshine, owned and trained by Gerard Vaillancourt of Kemptville, Ontario. William Waugh drives. Two is Beauty is Blind. Claim is entered on the 2. Currently owned by Desjardins Noro Stable with trainer Marc-André Simoneau and Jean Fontaine, all of Quebec. Pascal Berube drives. 3 is Beach Journey, owned by Écurie Guy Gagnon Incorporated with Frédéric Gagnon of Gatineau, Quebec. Trained and driven by Guy Gagnon. 4 is the current 9-5 co-favorite, Dial Me Up, owned by Gina Bragagnolo with trainer Yves Tessier, both of Trois-Rivières, Quebec. They share ownership with Lynn Bragagnolo of Carp, Ontario. Ryan Guy drives. 5 is Ronde du Lac, owned, trained, and driven by Michel Lagacé of Terrebonne, Quebec. 6 is Perfect Dalliance, owned by Jennifer McBride of Almont, Ontario, trained by Jennifer McBride. Marie-Claude Auger drives. 7 is Little Bearcat, owned by Jamie Copley, Kimberly Eaton, and Muriel Smith of Ontario, trained by Mandy Archer. Robert Shepard drives. And completing this field from post 8, PL Rinchenia, owned, trained, and driven by Jeff Taylor of Gloucester, Ontario. That's your field for race 8. There's exactor, triactor, and super high 5 wagering. We're getting a closer look at the 2-1 co-favorite, number 2, Beauty is Blind. I had her picked as a best bet last Wednesday, and unfortunately for me, she ended up 3rd that race for the same connections. She does have a claim entered here. And Beauty is Blind gets another good post position. She started from the rail last week. She's got post 2 here. She sat the pocket last Wednesday and then closed up the inside path. She was nearly edged out for show, which didn't lead me to place her highly in my ticket here. However, she has got a lot of support so far since the window's opened. That's the 2, Beauty is Blind. The 4, Dial Me Up, 9-5 current favorite. Got away single file 5th last Wednesday and had a 3rd over move in front of the grandstand following the 1st over Ronde du Lac. Dial Me Up was 3 wide on the final turn to follow the cover of winner Little Bearcat to the wire. Dial Me Up closed in the cards co-fastest last quarter of 28 seconds flat. 3, Beach Journey set the pace last Wednesday and was under pressure from the 1st over Ronde du Lac along the backstretch. Then she got swarmed in the stretch. I like her further down my ticket. However, one could take into account the hot hands phenomenon. Guy Gagnon, 4 straight wins. Trains and drives number 3, Beach Journey. 3-1 right now. I would consider moving her up in your tickets if you had her underneath other horses in your exactors, tries, or high fives here in race 8. My top choice, 6-1, is the front end loving number 1, Fireshine, who took back to single file 4th at Kawartha Downs on Saturday. She had a second over move from fourth approaching the second turn and then got parked along the backstretch behind the stalling cover of Mortgage My Villa. She was 3 wide for the stretch drive and overtaken late. This is her debut for William Waugh and Gerard Vaillancourt after the claim. Number 1, Fireshine. Starter has called the field for race 8. This is your last chance to wager tonight on the live racing at Rideau Carleton. As John McMillan would say, it's the Robbie D'Alessandro pace, our last race of the night. They're lining up now. 1 is Fireshine, William Waugh. 2, Beauty is Blind, Pascal Berube. 3, Beach Journey, Guy Gagnon. 4, Dial Me Up, Ryan Guy. 5, Ronda Dulac, Michel Legacy. 6, Perfect Dalliance, Marie-Claude Auger. 7, Little Bearcat, Robert Shepard. And on the outside, 8, PL Rinchenia, Jeff Taylor. They're lined up, headed onto the backstretch. Fireshine, about a length behind the others. Now she's moving into place as they approach the start. They're off and pacing, a staggered start. The outside 3 taking back, and a 3-horse battle on the inside. Fireshine, Beauty is Blind, and Beach Journey duking it out for early command. Fireshine is going to sit it out, taking back to third as Beauty is Blind fights her way to the front for Pascal Berube, and Beach Journey takes a seat in second. Now following from third, it's Fireshine. Further back to fourth, Dial Me Up, following to the opening quarter, reached in 27 and won by the current pace setter. Beauty is Blind leading down the stretch the first time, keeping ahead of the pocket sitting Beach Journey. Third is Fireshine. Fourth, and now stepping out to come first over for Ryan Guy. Dial Me Up underway. They're stacked 3 high behind her. Out there 3 wide, PL Rinchenia, and to her inside, Ronda Dulac advancing second over into the second turn, following the cover of Dial Me Up to the half, reached in 57 flat by leader Beauty is Blind. She's confronted by a first over challenge now. That is Dial Me Up to her outside in second. Waiting in third, Beach Journey. Following fourth along the inside, Fireshine with a ground-saving trip. Gapping cover, fifth from second over. That's Ronda Dulac approaching 3/4. Behind her, caught in near the back of the field, Perfect Dalliance. Out there 3 wide and making a late bid, Little Bearcat is closing late, shuffled to last. PL Rinchenia, 124 and 4 at 3/4, turning for home. Beauty is Blind, trying to hold off the closers. Coming on up the inside, Beach Journey, widest of all. Look at Fireshine. Fireshine fighting on to the wire for the win for William Waugh over Dial Me Up. Close for show between Beauty is Blind and Beach Journey, 154 and 2. It was an exciting finish in our last of the night. Beauty is Blind, a brave pace setter, facing Dial Me Up. A late move up the inside from Beach Journey. And then a late striding, widest of all winner, Fireshine, 154 and 2. The unofficial top 5 order of finish is now posted, coming off at final odds of 5-1. Number 1, Fireshine, gets the win in her debut for William Waugh and Gerard Vaillancourt. Second, as 6-5 favorite, number 4, Dial Me Up. The pace setter, number 2, Beauty is Blind, held on for show ahead of 3, Beach Journey, making a late move up the inside path. And completing the high 5, number 5, Rhonda du Lac. 1, 4, 2, 3, 5, the unofficial top 5 order of finish for race 8. Please hold all tickets. There's a driver's objection in race 8. The driver of 8 against the driver of 5 regarding action past the opening quarter. That's the driver of 8, PL Rinchenia, Jeff Taylor, against the driver of 5, Rhonda du Lac, Michelle Lagacé, and that concerns action past the opening quarter. Now back in the Rideau Carleton Winner's Circle, unofficial race 8 winner number 1, Fireshine, a 7-year-old brown mare by Always a Virgin out of Sunshine Sister, owned and trained by Gerard Vaillancourt of Kemptville, Ontario. Bred by Peter Karras of Sherman, Illinois. Fireshine was driven to victory by William Waugh, 154-2, her fastest win of the year. And win number 9 of 28. Congratulations. 5-1 upset for Fireshine and William Waugh. Note that the driver objection posted by the driver of the 8 against the driver of the 5 only affects 5, Rhonda du Lac, the 5th place finisher. The judges are reviewing action past the opening quarter and speaking with the drivers to evaluate that objection. Judges are reviewing action past the opening quarter. The driver of the 8 PL Rinchenia, Jeff Taylor, lodged a driver objection against the driver of 5 Rhonda du Lac, Michelle Lagacé, for a possible violation of the rules somewhere past the opening quarter. Judges are reviewing the footage and speaking with the drivers. The AGCO judges have just informed me that the driver objection has been disallowed. 5, Rhonda Dulac finished 5th and will remain 5th. The driver objection, 8 on 5, is disallowed. Race 8 is now official. Prices are now posted for Race 8, where number 1, Fireshine, returns $12.50 to win. The $2 1-4 exactor, $34 and change. The $1 pick 3, 161, 3 of 3, pays $15.20, 4 of 4. In the late pick 4, $1 ticket, $89 and change. The winning pick 4 sequence is 1161. The $1 pick 5, 51161, 5 of 5, $319.15. The 20-cent super high 5, 14235, returns $222.86. That triactor 142 combination, $59.80 for $1, and the $2 late double 6-1 pays $20.50. The Race 8 rundown is now posted. 1, Fireshine, a 5-1 winner for William Waugh. 2, Beauty is Blind, finished third. 3, Beach Journey, was fourth. 4, Dial Me Up, was second as beaten 6-5 favorite. 5, Ronde du Lac was fifth. 6, Perfect Dalliance, sixth. 7, Little Bearcat was seventh. And 8, PL Rencenia finished eighth. From the top down, your program should read 1, 3, 4, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. The fractions were 27 and 1, 57 flat, 124 and 4, 154 and 2. The winning mile for Fireshine. That's a new seasonal best. The 2, Beauty is Blind, was claimed for $10,625 out of race 8 and moves to new owner-trainer Tess Waxman, who will share ownership with Ralph Pitt and Troy Learn on the 2, Beauty is Blind. That completes tonight's live wagering and racing from the nation's capital. Thanks again to all the horse players who joined us on track at the OTB or online. Tonight's handle, $108,814 for the 8 races. And we'll be back again on Sunday night with more live racing. Hope you can join us on our last Sunday of the month, the 27th at 6:30 p.m. first post. Keep in mind on Saturday evening, Tammy Forgey's free-to-play contest for the handicappers in the simulcast lounge has a jackpot of $200. Thanks again. Enjoy the rest of your weekend evening. I'm Melissa Keith, track announcer.